I'm Jen from 5 Spiral Slings, and I'm going to tell you what we've got coming up on the loom next. So if you're a Loyalty Club member, you'll already know this because we've spoken to them and asked for their advice and input on the matter. If you were around back in 2012 when we first started, you'll remember that some of our earliest wraps were 50% linen and 50% cotton, and the linen weft was this Italian linen. It was the one that we used for Silver, Twilight and Milky and Serpentine and Enchanted, and it was this lovely 2-ply Italian linen that was so soft, it took no breaking in, it washed without any creasing, it had all the good properties of linen and all the simplicity of cotton, and it was shiny, it was lovely. And the trouble was that we couldn't get a repeatable source for it just because of the way that we source our yarns as a small company. And so we've used lots of different linens over the years, and they've all got great different qualities, but we've wanted to find some of that original Italian linen, and it's taken a long time, but we finally have. We've got a repeatable source of it, and we can get it dyed in a range of stock colours, which gives us a great potential range. And we've woven a sample of it, which I can show you in a minute. So yeah, that means that we will be able to recreate those beautiful early wraps, but with different possibilities in terms of colours, and we can mix some different blends and what have you. So I will show you our sample first. This was a piece that was just woven on the end of the Pendle warp, this browny blacky colour, and obviously the colour might not be great because I'm in my bedroom with the lights off so that the kids don't disturb me. It's very dark and snowy outside. But if you can see, this is this sort of goldy linen weft, and it's absolutely, this has been washed once, it's not even been hemmed properly, just overlocked. It's got shine, it's got a medium weight, it's not that thin, but it will start to feel thinner in hand as you use it, but it drapes and it folds and it moulds. It will wrap beautifully. Here we are. Yeah, so this is a goldy colour, and there's lots of nice sort of natural organic colours in the range. There. I'm not sure you can actually see it very close, but I'm so excited about this. Well, Tamsin and I both are. Here. So our next 2 wraps, we're just going to do a mini release. We're going to do it on a Cirrus warp, which, if you remember, is sort of a warm off-white creamy ecru. There. And we're going to do 2 different wraps. We're going to have 2 different designs. Each will have this linen as the weft, so they will be roughly, depending on how the balance of warp and weft works out, roughly 50-50 organic combed cotton and Italian 2-ply linen. There. Now we're not going to use this colour as our first option, although because it's a repeatable range that we can get in stock dyed colours, it means that we don't have to search for boxes of cones here and there. We can use whatever we like in future. So we're planning on weaving 2 designs. The first is going to be our Nocturne design, which was our new Moons and Clouds, if you remember. So it's going to have this white warp, and then we've chosen a sort of soft lavendery, pale bluey lavendery colour, lilac-y colour. I'll show you. I have to show you a little yarn sample, but it will be beautiful when it's woven up, and so that's going to be one of the wraps that will be available. And the second, we've got a sort of deep petrol teal colour, which is beautiful, and it's going to look really exciting against such a pale whitish warp, but we don't know what design to weave it in. We asked our loyalty club and they had lots of good suggestions. There was no 100% consensus, but based on what they've said and our need for more input, we're going to open this up, I think, in our group to some kind of polling or discussion or what have you, to choose what design. It can only be one design, what design we can use for the next one, the second wrap. Yeah, so I'll put all this information in there, and I'll put photos of the colours of the wefts, and hopefully we'll be able to come up with an agreement, and then we'll talk to you, get your advice. We'll either just weave some cloth and make some wraps, which is what we're good at, or potentially, if there's one that lots and lots of you are interested in, potentially we will open that up to a pre-order in a similar way that we would do the blankets. Shouldn't be anywhere near as long a waiting time as the blankets. We tend not to pre-order wraps because it's so blinking complicated. And we're at home, obviously, like many of you are, we're at home with 6 kids between us and homeschooling and stuff, so we don't want to make our lives difficult. But if there's one wrap, one design that there's so much interest for, potentially more interest than we would have woven cloth for, then that's the one that we will open up a pre-order and let you put your name down, so that we definitely end up with enough cloth rather than falling short, because maybe we're wrong, but I feel that those early wraps were so excited. I mean, I don't baby wear anymore, but I would be jumping at the chance to get one of these. Yes, so I think that's everything. I should probably go and see what's going on with my kids downstairs. But anyway, that was the gist of it. 50% linen, gonna happen soon. Just two pieces, just 2 different wraps. On a Cirrus warp, and yeah, have a look in our group, our Facebook community and marketplace group for your opportunity to put your ideas forward, but obviously they'll be available via the page and what have you as well. Okay, that's it. See you.